Guys, so this is one of the new what ifs I've been telling you guys about. So this is where Deku was Hellboy Part 1. Now, I just got done watching Hellboy 2 and 1. In my opinion, the 2019 Hellboy is okay. But I'm pretty sure the first, two movies of Hellboy were so much better. And Baby Hellboy had so much better, had incredibly better CGI for the baby origin. So yeah, but let's get into the video. So Deku basically has sort of the same reincarnation and birth of Hellboy, but Deku is actually not brought into the world. Deku's brought into the world about 4 months before the first person with a quirk is, brought into the world. Now, quirks came by hell, or, the universe Hellboy came from. So when Hellboy went through the portal, energy blasted through the world. Energy that no one saw. This energy was some sort of toxic energy that could change a human's, you know, or evolutionize humans to a point of superhuman. So everybody around the world started getting quirks, and that's how quirks started going around. That was, and also since that energy was spread around, people started evolving and attaining power. So that's how quirks were made in this universe. So had a Deku has the same abilities as Hellboy. Hellboy has super. Hellboy has regeneration to the point of kind of like Wolverine's regeneration. Hellboy also has his right hand or his left hand of doom that can it's indestructible, and also it can pretty much break through anything. And Deku is also fireproof. Deku also has the ability to pretty much take any blow. Deku is super durable, able to take blows from god level entities. Like Hellboy can take blows from god level entities. Deku also has superhuman strength, because it was shown in comic books and movies that has been seen to pick up boulders with little effort throwing them at people like freaking, I don't know, chop rocks, like just pretty much chucking boulders like they were nothing, and punching people across like the room 10 feet away with like one left hook, just pushing them far like Superman, like literally just going far. Deku also, I'm gonna give Deku a couple new other abilities that Hellboy doesn't have. Deku can Deku can uh, create fire, but he needs an outside source of fire. So since Deku's fireproof, Deku can control fire, but on a small, level. Not like Pyro, but he can control fire in a way like he can, direct fire away from him or direct fire away from objects. So if fire broke out, Deku can direct the fire away from an object that will make the fire bigger. So Deku can redirect and direct fire, but he can't, make fire, constructs or shoot fire from his hands if he had a outside source of fire. So Deku also is able to control other demons with his left hand of doom, and that's basically a cannon power that Hellboy does have. But also Hellboy Deku is able to teleport, but only if he gets enough energy. Now Deku ain't gonna be able to teleport for a long time in this what if, so don't get your hopes up. And Deku also will be able to pretty much use some sort of telekinetic powers, but not like like full on telekinesis, kind of like Inko's telekinesis. So Deku is able to attract items towards his hand, but not push items or anything. Deku can only attract items towards his hand slowly, like Inko. Deku has the same exact quirk like Inko. So Deku can sort of Deku did train his body to handle something as big as the Good Samaritan. So Deku can summon the Good Samaritan if it was ever knocked out of his hand. But Deku's reach for his telekinetic powers is about 10 feet. So if the gun's out of 10 feet range, Deku can't telekinetically bring it back. So pretty much Deku is trains and pretty much has the same fighting style, and pretty much personality of Hellboy. But Deku has still has black hair, but he has, he's more younger. Deku's more younger and more skinnier than Hellboy. Deku has the same bod as he did in canon, after the 10-month arc training with All Might, but Deku also has the right hand of Fist, and Deku's skin is now red, but nothing else about Deku changed, except for his little stomp horns on his forehead, and also Deku's, tail. But nothing else about Deku has changed. Deku still has his human body, but all he has is red skin, a tail, and also, whatchamacallit, and also, Deku doesn't have, Deku also has yellow eyes, but Deku also pretty much still has hair on top of his head, because he ain't bald like Hellboy. But yeah, so Deku basically just has, Deku looks the same after the 10-month art training with All Might, but with the left hand of Doom, the tail and red skin, and also his hair is now black, and he has yellow eyes. So I think I described Deku as most as I can. So Deku pretty much gets started off the bat, and Deku trains. Now Deku isn't that old. Pretty much Deku probably is about, in human years, about 30 something, but in, Deku ages, Hellboy ages really slowly or slower than humans. So Hellboy can, pretty much, I think Hellboy does have some sort of immortality. So I think that is a thing. And also Hellboy does have some sort of power, kind of like, some sort of, I don't know, prophecy, yeah. Hellboy has a prophecy to bring upon the destruction of the universe, or the world, to break the barriers between heaven and hell, and bring upon Armageddon. But I'm probably not going to bring that story in by, maybe about part 10, because I am going to, because I know my what is part 10 about to be, popping, but let's get into the video. So, we start our story off when Deku is living in the secret facility. Now, all mystical, elements or creatures live in this world. Now, Deku has a partner called Bakugo. Yeah, Bakugo in this universe is actually a werewolf. So Bakugo in this universe, pretty much, he's the only werewolf in this universe. But if you guys want to change that, you can go in the comments. So Bakugo is a team, a team player with Deku, but also they have another team member, blah blah blah, the ship person. You can put in the comments who Deku is going to be shipped with, and then that person will be the Pyrokinetic girl from Hellboy. So Deku goes to, pretty much, fight evil, be a detective on, mystical or, extraterrestrial, supernatural causes. So Deku pretty much goes upon being a hero because, pretty much Deku's adopted father, Professor Umbrella, I don't know his name. This universe, Professor Umbrella is actually Deku's canon dad, and Bakugo and Professor Broom is married to Inko. So Inko does know about Deku, and Inko does, did raise Deku. So technically, Deku is sort of like Inko's adopted mother. So pretty much, Professor Broom says you have to become a hero so you can probably, discover supernatural beings while using your powers. So Deku takes that in and pretty much, trains and trains until the day comes when he's, going to, well, the hero course. So Deku goes to the hero course and goes on the hero course the same year, the same day as Deku. So pretty much we're not going to get into it, but Deku does pass the entrance exam because it's no entrance exam. Deku just, gets a recommendation from his dad. So Deku goes to UA with Bakugo, and Bakugo in this universe, since he's a werewolf, he is supernatural, so he is best friends with Deku. And he has the same personality as Hellboy because, come on, you already know how Bakugo acts, so he's basically kind of like the human version of Hellboy. But, he's angry, not like Hellboy. Hellboy's like laid back and pretty much just smokes all the time. Now, Deku doesn't smoke, he more or less vapes, but guys, don't vape, please. You can get like don't vape. And Deku doesn't vape. Sorry guys, that was I think I was a diss type in my script. Deku does not vape. Deku doesn't smoke or drink. Deku, is just Deku. He doesn't do any smoking like Hellboy. So Deku goes to, UA and gets started. So Deku, before you guys ask, Deku is the same canon height, but he's the same height as Bakugo. So he's the same height as Bakugo, and I don't know how tall that is. So go in the comments and tell me. But also, guys, let's get back into the video. So Deku, walks in there. Now Deku doesn't have the Good Samaritan because you can't bring a huge gun that has huge bullets to school. Like, no. But yeah, Deku goes in there with the left hand of Doom, walks in class, and everybody, thinks Deku's quirk is awesome. And pretty much they think it's a quirk, but Hellboy, it's not a quirk. So pretty much Deku, makes friends pretty quickly, and Bakugo also makes friends as well. So Ozawa walks in class, explains to the class we're doing quirk assessments, and tells everybody to go outside. So Deku gets the ball, and gets told to throw it first. Deku throws the ball with his left hand of Doom, throwing it about hundreds and thousands longer than Bakugo's any other score. Deku gets about infinity, throws it out of the atmosphere, then it stops a couple of feet away out of the atmosphere. So pretty much Deku gets a pretty good score. Now Bakugo, since he's a werewolf this time, his story has changed a lot. So Bakugo grabs the ball and pretty much throws it. Now Bakugo isn't a mytholocal werewolf that can transform to a humanoid werewolf form. Bakugo is like Vampire Diaries werewolf or Legacy's werewolf. He can transform, or actually Twilight's universe werewolf. He can transform at will into a giant wolf, and also he has wolf strength, senses, and agility as a human in his human form. So Bakugo throws the ball pretty far, about the same score that he did originally in canon. So after that, they go for the long jump. Bakugo aces it. Deku gets a pretty good score. For the race, Bakugo gets like a really good because he goes in his wolf form, but Deku gets okay score because I don't think Hellboy is like super fast, but Hellboy is fast because he has superhuman strength. So I think he would get third place. Bakugo could get first place, and Ingenium or Ida would get third place. So, for the grip test strength, Deku aces it. Bakugo gets second, and Ida or anybody else, get the same score but lower down. So pretty much Deku gets a pretty good score, and Bakugo gets a good score as well. So they go back home after that whole test situation, and on the way back home, Deku gets a call by his dad saying that it's a vampire spotted on a couple of feet where you are. So pretty much in this universe, werewolves and vampires do exist, but vampires aren't human like vampires that are featured in vampire TV shows. They're straight up vampires from DC, kind of like Morbius. Like straight up vampires with huge bat wings and are like 6 feet tall and have white skin and bright red eyes and long black hair. Pretty much monster, like for real monsters, vampires. So pretty much they run over there and they see a vampire grabbing some girl by the hair and dinging her above a roof, saying that you served your purpose, and drops her. Deku runs over there, jumping up into the air using a lot of strength, grabbing her with the left fist of doom, and jumps down onto a car, perishing their fall. Bakugo transforms into a wolf and starts climbing up the, you know, what was it, building, with all of his strength, pretty much clashing into the concrete with his claws on the building. He gets up to the vampire, and the vampire jumps up and starts flying away. Bakugo runs over there and jumps up in the air and then transforms in human form, grabbing the vampire's foot and saying you're not going to get away that fast, and pretty much attracts and turns one of his hands into a wolf-like humanoid hand and claws the werewolf's knee. The vampire's knee. The vampire starts bleeding, and in this universe, vampires, their blood is luminescent, like it glows bright red. So Bakugo Bakugo gets gets kicked off of the vampire, and and Bakugo falls down to the ground. Deku catches him, and he says, "What did you do?" Bakugo said, "I made a little track." So pretty much, they see the vampire, is flying away, and he's leaving a trail of luminescent blood. So they follow the vampire to a cave, and the vampire's healing up, and Bakugo walks in there. It's a vampire in his werewolf form, jumps on top of the vampire and starts clawing into the vampire. Deku comes out of nowhere with a good Samaritan and says bye bye and shoots it down. The vampire is taken into custody and locked up forever. So pretty much, I'm gonna be including side episodes like that after the main what if. So you guys like that? I hope you guys give a like, because I barely asked that anyways. Well, I'm starting to ask that more, but give a like. Comment, please, guys, comment, and also subscribe if you want to. So I'll see you guys later. Bye, deuces, and as always, have a blessed day.